and it's called Sub-Zero Ice Cream. What we were trying to do, the background about it was that my degree's in chemistry, her degrees, or she taught English, and so she has an English degree, so we don't really, she proofreads my writing because I make mistakes. But the point of the matter is that it's, we decided to buy a restaurant. We bought a restaurant, wasn't doing very well, we had extra space. We said, what are we gonna do? So we asked the customers what they wanted, and we said ice cream, but I didn't know anything about ice cream. And so, so then we went to the manufacturer, they said, don't do ice cream if you're already struggling. They said, unless it's different. They gave one caveat, they said, unless it's different. So I said, all right, well, what's different? So I just went back to the customer and said, what do you like about other people's product? How do you make it better? What would you like to have more of? And the answer was, they wanted more customization. People wanted customization. They wanted to be able to make it their own. And you think about it, like ice cream is really hard to, you know, if you order something at a restaurant, they go make it for you and then they bring it to you, right? It's not made yet. So I thought, well, there's nothing like that, nothing not made in the ice cream space. So so what I mean by that is like there's soft serve and then you can add topping, but you can't flavor it. I mean, you got whatever flavors are there. So I was thinking like, flavor it. Well, the only way to flavor something is states of matter. I was looking back down to the states of matter. So, and that's why I bring that up, is because if I flavor something, it's not going to dissolve if it's already a solid, right? It's already a solid. So I got to take it back to a liquid state and get it into a liquid state and flavor it in order to get that flavor and get those combination of flavors or do whatever I'm trying to do when it comes to that customization. So I'm not trying to take just add a mix in. I'm trying to take it back to the flavor, back to the texture, back to the mix. So let's say somebody's lactose intolerant. Well, I make it solid as a strawberry, but I don't have this lactose-free strawberry. Now I have that. Now I can take it back to the liquid. I take it back to that state of matter of liquid. So, but things don't freeze that fast typically. So so my wife left an article out on nitrogen. My degree in chemistry, we're working in food, we put two and two together, well, we'll just use nitrogen. So, so this is liquid nitrogen. So liquid nitrogen is how much of the atmosphere?
78%.
Well, not liquid, but nitrogen is 78% of the atmosphere. So we know where nitrogen comes from. Nitrogen comes from the atmosphere, right? So, but when we say nitrogen, if I say water, what is water? What state is that? If I just say water,
It's liquid.
liquid, right? But can it be a gas?
Yes.
And it can be a solid.
Yeah.
But I'm going to specify ice or vapor, right? Same thing with nitrogen. Nitrogen, if I say nitrogen, I'm going to think it's at room temperature, standard temperature pressure, really, essentially. So that's a science term. Standard temperature pressure is a condition. So things are typically referred to as a liquid, solid, or gas, depending on whether they are at standard temperature pressure. But if I say liquid nitrogen, I'm specifying a condition. I'm specifying that it's no longer a gas, that it's a liquid. In order to be a liquid, liquid nitrogen has to be negative. So I'm going to put, I guess, nitrogen here for first. So we'll put nitrogen needs to be negative 321 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit or 195 Celsius. Okay? Oxygen is 286, I think, Fahrenheit, negative, and I want to say 186 Celsius, somewhere in that range. So it's in that. So if I'm going to say liquid oxygen, it's gonna be this, okay? If I say liquid nitrogen, it has to be this temperature. So this, by definition, is what temperature inside this tank?
Negative 321.
321, you got it. That's right, that's right. So, that's 321 degrees of shooting out there. So, the